Good morning, everybody. So in today's vlog, we're going to talk about when you reincarnate to Earth, do you get to pick your parents? I used to think you did. But now I sense that you don't. So I'm going to give you an explanation of why you do not get to pick your parents when you reincarnate back into life. And the vlog that I love, that always inspires me to do these vlogs, I will link the Yesoi vlog below. All right, so as you guys know, the reason I love DiStefano, Matthias DiStefano, the guy from Gaia, is because he is the only dude on the internet that, for me, what he says makes sense, because I'm a Law of One Tarot girl. This is me. I've used these as my own spiritual pathways. They've helped me so much, and I'm a strong believer. And the stuff that Matthias says really resonates with what Ra said in the Law of One. So today, I'm going to use these as a tool. So we are going to talk about how reincarnation happens, and like, how are your parents chosen, and when do you actually take control and become the architect and get to design your life and choose your parents, because that does happen, but it happens later on in the timeline. So to familiarize you with this, so here, these are the 22 major arcana of the Law of One. And the Law of One spiritual pathways, Ra says you can either follow the 22 major arcana. The one that's missing from here is the Fool card. The Fool card is right here. I call it the Choice card. Ra calls it the Choice card. So these are the 21 major arcana, and they're broken down into the mind, body, and spirit complex separately, and then they're given the overall theme of the 7 densities, okay? Today, I'm just going to use the 7 of the mind complex, and I will explain the densities as I go. So let's say here, the first density is the magician of the mind complex. The second density is the high priestess. The third density is where we are. So the third density is the space, okay? Third density is space. Fourth density, the emperor, is time. So your timeline is created from the fourth density. So when we start talking about reincarnating back to Earth, we're not going to look from first, second, third, fourth. No, we're going to look from 7, 6, 5th, back to 4th, back to 3rd. So what happens when you die is you die, right? You become light again, just plain white light. That's what you become. What happens is once you die from this, your body is gone. So your biological material matter is gone. So that was space. Now you're on a timeline, okay? So in the fourth density, the timeline that you're on is one that shows you, the way I see it is, imagine you're given a book, and in this book is all, chapter 1 starts with your first life. It's all your past lifetimes, and it's your present lifetime at the end that you just have. And the way I see it is, like, as I flip the page on my time, because it's the density of time, and it's like a story that's being played in this book. So what happens when you die, you come to the fourth density, and you perceive now all the timelines that you have gone through in your life. And what happens at this point is, if you become entangled in one specific experience that you had that didn't sit well with you, what's going to happen is then you automatically get sucked back into this vacuum of the third density here, and you reincarnate, and you don't get to pick your parents when you reincarnate. The parents are picked for you, because whatever caused you the matrix within, like that entanglement with that specific experience when you were going through your book, based on that entanglement you're feeling in the fourth density, you're going to come back. So remember, it's light, right? So you're going to come back on the timeline as light, and you'll be dropped into whatever vibration best matches you. So your parents aren't picked by you. If you drop from the fourth density back into the third, your parents are not picked by you. Your parents are picked by the matrix that you have inside of you and the entanglement that you feel towards the experience that you had in the third density in all of your lifetimes. Okay, so that is how you get and most of us go through this third density, fourth density, third density, die, fourth density. This circle here, this cycle, we often go through for many, many, many lifetimes. Anywhere from like 0 to reach the sixth density and seventh density, it takes 70 lifetimes, let's say. So this is the majority, the Empress and the Emperor, the third density and fourth density, we circle and circle and circle. The second part of this vlog and information I want to give you is how you actually do create your lifetime. You do not only your lifetime, but your organic matter in space. So I just gave you the example of, okay, you die in third density, the body material is gone, you are back light. You're in the fourth density now. And let's say you go through this book, and this book, you're like, okay, that happened. And you're really like, okay, that was my life. And you're super content about it. You don't get emotionally entangled at all with any of the experiences that you had in the book. If you don't get emotionally entangled with the experiences, then you go into the fifth density. And the fifth density is your significant self. The fifth density is where you get to meet, it's your being. Well, your higher self is in the sixth, but the fifth density is when you really are within your being. You're at peace with it all. You have love and understanding for yourself. And now in the fifth density, you get to meet, it's kind of like heaven, Matthias describes it, and you get to meet not your family, but your guides. You get to meet those people that have been helping you along in the third and fourth density. You finally get to meet them here. And when you meet these people and you're at a place of comfort and peace, that's when you can decide if you want to go back to this third density and what experiences you want to have. How do you do that? So at this vibration, you are vibing really high. When you're vibing that high, you've gone through the portal, and the portals are in the star systems, they're in the planets, they're the nodes. See these nodes here? These nodes that hold the star systems together, hold our whole third density matrix together. I'm going to do another vlog about that. But these nodes, you've now entered through the nodes and through, like, this is kind of what people call quantum jumping almost. But now you are in fifth density. And when you're there, that's when you get to decide. Because now you have access to the sixth density. And the sixth density is where everything, all sacred geometry lies. We are sacred geometry. In sixth density, it's out of the flower of life where you can create your own life. So what you do, because this life is a mirror, okay? So third density is a direct mirror of sixth density, because third density material that we are, it's space. Sixth density is all the sacred geometry that has created this space. So therefore, the mirror that we have in third is the sixth. When you die and get to the fifth, if you can pass the fourth and you get into the fifth, that's when, with the mind, because the one thing you have left is mind, with mind, you can make a projection into the sixth density, and you can decide, I don't want to be a square. I don't want to be entangled in the matrix so much. I want my life on third density to look like this. You can pick your DNA, you can pick you pick your genetics, you can pick your looks, you can pick your parents, and you do it by creating, like, I don't know, let's say the flower of life, Metatron's cube, and you become the architect basically, because these are the architects here. The sixth density, this is the seventh, that's where the archangels, because the archangels are holding all of it, the inner strings together, like if we all come blast out of one circle, they're the ones that are closest to the circle, and they are feeling everything you feel. So when you're in fifth density, you can communicate with this energy, and they will do what you want to do and how you want to live. So when you can literally, through sacred geometry, start creating the life that you want in third density, because this third density completely mirrors sixth. Sixth holds all the power. But out of love and understanding and respect for you and wisdom, this is a teaching density. So our ego is mirrored from the sixth until we graduate out of the ego and come to consciousness. Then even in this lifetime consciousness, you will create through the sixth. So if you get into the fifth density, that is when you can pick everything. That is when you become the architect of your life. Love you guys so much. I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Love you guys. Bye.